Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike Simmons reporting for PacificCoastWrestling.com. The countdown is on to November 12th when PCW presents Clear the Way from the Oak Street Gym in Torrance, California. On a night where we'll see a first-time battle between new heavyweight champion Pentagon Jr. and international superstar Rob Van Dam. We'll also see an intriguing collision between two accomplished dual sport athletes in their prime. The King of Sting, Scorpio Sky, will face Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb in what many are calling a super fight between weight classes at Clear the Way. After compiling a 3-0 record in PCW defeating some of the best light heavyweights in the world, with championship gold at stake at Tidal Wave, Scorpio Sky fell to Mr. 450 in an absolute classic. How will Sky rebound from his crushing defeat at our last event? Conversely, Jeff Cobb has yet to taste victory here in Pacific Coast Wrestling. He's coming in to clear the way with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove. Even though we all know about his Olympic accomplishments and his big match experience, another loss here could spell disaster in the eyes of PCW management. So now that we know the motivation behind each competitor mentally, how do these two stack up physically? Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. First thing you'll notice is the massive weight advantage for Cobb. Despite the two men standing 5'10", Cobb has a wider frame and a thicker base that allows him to control the match with his unrivaled power and superb ground game. The only way Sky can combat this is with quick strikes and high impact maneuvers to keep his larger opponent on the defensive. But in many ways, Cobb might be Sky's most dangerous opponent yet, because of the unreal agility he possesses, along with his power and wrestling acumen. Scorpio Sky, however, still has a distinct speed advantage, and he should look to use his high-flying ability to pick up the W in this one. Either way, it's shaping up to be one heck of a bout. November 12th, PCW Clear the Way, Scorpio Sky versus Jeff Cobb. The only way to see this fight is if you're there live, ringside, at the Oak Street Gym. Tickets are going fast at PacificCoastWrestling.com. Don't miss it. For everyone here at PCW, this is Mike Simmons, signing off until next time.
He's going down the sideline. He's at the 30, the 20. He breaks a tackle. The 10, 5, touchdown!
Don't miss life's best moments. Awake Energy Shots, available exclusively at shop.com.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first. Making his way to the ring, fighting out of Big Bear, California, weighing 195.5 pounds, Scorpio Sky.
Scorpio Sky, often referred to as Mr. Match of the Night here in Pacific Coast Wrestling, coming off of a heartbreaking loss to Mr. 450 in his shot at the light heavyweight title. He's ready to crank it tonight. I know that you were close to Scorpio Sky. Where is his head at?
His head is in professional wrestling. It's really a great question. Some have questioned whether Scorpio Sky has focused too much on his MMA career, but as you see him ascend the turnbuckles here at Pacific Coast Wrestling Arena, I can assure you his head is in this game. His head is pursuing the heavyweight championship. Can he take a step tonight against the Olympian Jeff Cobb?
Outside of that lone loss, victories over TJ Perkins, Kenny Keene, and Ryan Taylor, a who's who.
And his opponent. Making his way to the ring from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing 232 pounds, Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb.
The big Hawaiian that can come crashing down like a wave on the North Shore. Some of his plans have kind of crashed and burned here thus far in PCW. Tough losses against the God of War Kratos, and again in a triple threat match with Kratos and Willie Mack. Can he get back on track with a victory over Sky here tonight?
Well, to your point, I mean, Scorpio Sky started off on the complete opposite path. Scorpio Sky was undefeated in his first few matches here at PCW, but after a tough loss for the Light Heavyweight Championship against Mr. 450, Sky looks to ascend that ladder again in the heavyweight division, trying to take on Jeff Cobb.
Both men really true two-sport athletes. Jeff Cobb, an Olympian, 2004 games, was a flag bearer for Guam. Competed in men's freestyle in the light heavyweight division. Now Scorpio Sky, we posed this question earlier, Christian Cole. He's well adapted to the MMA cage, but is ground game completely out of the question in there with the Olympian?
Certainly being outsized by Jeff Cobb by nearly 100 pounds. I mean, it will be a difficult task for Scorpio Sky to use his game plan that he usually uses in matches, but will we see Scorpio Sky and his MMA background shine in this match against the heavyweight Olympian, Jeff Cobb?
Sky, known to be in phenomenal condition, looks to be here tonight. High elevation training and nice sprawl there. Good defense as the Olympic wrestler went for an early takedown, got stuffed by Sky.
Certainly so far, both men feeling each other out as they square off in the center of the ring. Will we see a collar and elbow tie-up? No, just a shoot here by Jeff Cobb. Now taking the back of Sky, Sky rolling out. Wow.
Sky certainly looks like he's worked on his takedown defense and sending a little shot across the bow with that roundhouse, saying I was this close.
Yeah, so certainly Scorpio Sky has, and to your point, I've talked to Scorpio Sky earlier. For the last couple months since PCW's tidal wave, Sky has been training with only bigger fighters at the UFC gym in Rosemead. LaRon Wilson has put in many heavyweights just to help Sky to learn what it's like to get in there with the bigger competitor. Will he be prepared? Will he be able to pull out the victory? Oh wow.
A little sky dust.
A little sky dust indeed.
And again, Scorpio Sky, well more experienced as a professional wrestler. Cobb just started his journey as a professional wrestler in 2009, so perhaps Sky will try and play some of the mind games as well in there.
Yeah, I could see that being the case. You're right. I mean, Scorpio Sky, the veteran of these two men, you wouldn't know it because really Jeff Cobb's very polished. He seems like a veteran himself, but again, he is more of a newcomer to the industry. But with the acumen that he developed for the United States in the Olympics, there's really no holding this guy back.
Trying to throw Sky here as Jeff Cobb can't because Sky hooking the ropes. Both men trying to exercise their will here. A shove by Cobb, and he pays for it with a leg kick there by Sky. And Sky's debut victory here, even more meaningful in these days because against TJ Perkins, Perkins, of course, would go on to win the Cruiserweight Classic in the WWE and eventually become the Cruiserweight Champion.
Absolutely. I mean, PCW is the trampoline, so to speak, sending guys into the ether, into the atmosphere. And will these two guys get their chance at a title shot here in the near future and get sprung into action just as TJ Perkins was?
Guys will change weight classes now. You mentioned that Sky has his sight set on the heavyweight title. Is he switching gears from the light heavyweight division?
Well, Sky walks around at about 196 pounds, but there are days where he weighs 210 pounds. And when he cuts weight for a fight, he can get down to 185. The reason I bring this up is to say that Sky can compete in both divisions. And after a really tough loss to Mr. 450, it was by design that Sky wanted to come up and take up one of the monsters of our heavyweight division in Jeff Cobb.
We saw the flip side of that in Hammerstone, who went down in weight to the light heavyweight division, got a victory, and he will compete for that title down the line. Top wrist lock now by Cole, and a rudimentary move can be punishing when you got a powerhouse executing it on you here like Cobb.
Yeah, just a routine hammerlock like that on Sky. Well, look at that.
Nice speed, and this is the type of speed that I don't think Cobb is accustomed because he's been taking on monsters here in PCW in his last two matches. Nice head scissors takedown there by Sky, and the crowd loving it.
And Sky now controlling the action. Oh, wow. Innovative maneuver there with a stomp, just sort of scratching on the face of Jeff Cobb. Again, Sky just not a pro wrestler, an MMA fighter indeed, displaying all of his striking skills here in the middle of the ring, controlling the action. Todd Kennelly, it's about 120 degrees in this building. You and I are soaking wet with sweat. How does it affect these competitors in the middle of the ring as they get more fatigued from the temperature of the building?
Well, that's a great point. And I think it would affect Jeff Cobb more. He's got to carry around that extra body weight. He's a bigger man. He's got to get more oxygen, and he's got to keep up with the pace of Scorpio Sky. Well, the pace has been slowed here. They talked about basic moves that he makes punishing. How about that Irish whip? What velocity?
You're exactly right, Todd Kettle. I mean, we saw a wrist lock that looked devastating, and now just an Irish whip into the corner reversal, and you see Sky is down.
Kaboom indeed, and now a big uppercut lifting Sky off the canvas as Cobb now starts to transition to strikes of his own. What a unique matchup. So many great first-time matchups that we're seeing here in PCW, including later on tonight, RVD, Pentagon Jr., but this one really had me interested when it was announced.
Certainly, I interviewed Scorpio Sky recently, a couple months ago, actually out on the Pacific Ocean. It was the perfect setting for Pacific Coast Wrestling. And he told me that he wanted to prove to everybody here, but mostly to himself, that he can hang with anybody in PCW. He's not just pigeonholed into the light heavyweight division. What is this here?
Another attempted Irish whip. Oh man, reversal by Sky, but he paid for it. Anybody get that license plate? The state of Hawaii. Cobb now going for the cover. Count of two as he tries to now wear down Sky, and he has slowed the pace, has Cobb.
Yeah, he sure does. And I want you to notice in that cover, he actually takes his left forearm and places it on the chin and jaw of Scorpio Sky, creating more leverage to keep Sky's shoulders on the mat, getting a 2 count on which what most guys would only get a 1 count there. Cobb really just showing that strength and really just showing how much he's learned as a professional wrestler in just the short couple of years he's been doing it.
Well, and if there's anybody that knows various ways to pin your shoulders to the mat, it would be the Olympic grappler, Mr. Athletic, Jeff Cobb. Nice desperation jawbreaker there. Creating distance is Scorpio Sky, but he runs right into the big bear hug.
Oh, that's trouble now. That is trouble. Scorpio Sky now, all of the pressure on his lower back. Oh! Cobb now sending him into the corner.
From bear hug to bull rush. And now a headbutt. Cobb digging deep into his playbook.
That's exactly right. Cobb, no stranger to striking himself, no stranger to brawling. I mean, I've seen Jeff Cobb go at it with the best of them. And now he's setting him up for what looks to be a vertical suplex here. What do we see? Ooh, with a snapping style. And you can see the lower back of Scorpio Sky starting to take a toll. Cover here, 2 count.
Going for it again, looking for the win.
And again with the forearm over the face of Scorpio Sky, dipping the edge of that bone on your forearm. Folks at home, I want you to grab your right arm and feel that forearm bone. And now just imagine that same bone pushing into your orbital bone, pushing into your face, keeping your shoulders on the ground. But there's no wasted action by Jeff Cobb. Everything he does is with purpose.
Scorpio Sky out on that cover had to really go into almost a bicycle kick just to get his body out from the massive frame of Cobb, who continues to erupt here. Big headbutts. And Cobb has really turned this into his fight where he starts to punish Sky. He is going to test the mettle of Mr. Match of the Night.
He certainly will. It could be Mr. Match of the Year for all the contender match that he put up this year. Oh, look at this. Look at the strength of Cobb.
Incredible power into a fall-away slam with the bridge, but still not enough. And I got to tell you, this match, not for nothing, it's going to be a rocket buster. I used to sit next to the human suplex machine. I don't think Taz...
How'd that go,
Oh,
Todd?
it was interesting to say the least, but I think he'd be hard-pressed to know as many variations of the suplex as Cobb does.
Interesting, huh?
Yes, we'll leave it at that.
And what do we see here now as Cobb looks to set up the lighter wrestler, Scorpio Sky, in the center of the ring with a big right hand there. Sky answers, wow.
Some would say that Taz is short-tempered.
Fair enough. As Scorpio Sky now delivers a left kick to the body and one now to the leg.
Really trying to take the wheels out of the big man. Elevates now into the drop kick, and down goes Cobb. And now a sense of urgency for Sky. He knows he's got Cobb in trouble, trying to keep him horizontal. Round the world, and down he goes. Setting him right back to the islands.
2 count only. And look at the face of Scorpio Sky as he now wonders what he needs to do. And it seems his plan has called an audible as he goes to the outside of the ring, lifting himself up on the rope. Will we see a high-flying maneuver, a high-risk maneuver by Scorpio Sky?
If Sky's got enough left.
Man, that's so high up there.
Moving pretty well. He's perched. Cobb doesn't see it coming. And another drop kick. That's a big target. That massive back. Now into the Mahi Straw Cradle. Can he get him over? Yes, deep hook of the leg, and that was close.
Oh, right into the, is it STF? What? Sky with the submission there. The ring post is in my way here.
Christian Cole, we posed the question, can Scorpio Sky grapple? Can he go to the mat with Cobb? Right now, a resounding yes. He might put him away on the ground.
And you can see the pain in Jeff Cobb's face as he contemplates whether to crawl an inch, causing more pain to get to that rope, or just to submit and go home, call it a day. No cover.
Way to transfer it and transfer the weight into a pinning combination. Cobb does not want to tap. Looking for that elusive win thus far, as surprising as it is to say it. Now hooking the leg. Big belly to back suplex. And now the moonsault. Big guy shouldn't move like that. Shooting star press. Goodness gracious. And that was as close as they come there, Christian.
He just did a moonsault, followed up by a moonsault. That's incredible.
Well, his star about to shoot all the way to the top here in PCW, and the crowd letting them know what they think of it. Again, astonishing athleticism and agility for a heavyweight.
Certainly does. Jeff Cobb could really be a star in any sport. He just happened to bless us with his presence here in professional wrestling at PCW. As Sky now gets sent to the outside.
And Cobb, I don't know if he's got enough left. Is he going to follow? You don't want to give Sky a breather. You don't want to give him any time.
No, it's been smart by Cobb to set up Sky and slow him down. What is this? Oh, and a leapfrog by Sky as Jeff Cobb just crashes into our barricade here.
And Christian Cole, as they say, oftentimes the best offense is a good defense, and that is what happened there. Staying elusive with Sky, and he turned it into an offensive move as Cobb took himself right into the barricade.
And Scorpio Sky intelligently now climbing back into the ring, but you could see in the look in his face, he wants to do something here, and he goes off the ropes.
Oh my goodness, flip dive, and he got all of Cobb. I'll tell you what, Christian Cole, I'm sure you're excellent at reading body language. Did you see the eyes of Cobb there looking awfully strange?
Jeff Cobb has no idea where he is, just really almost colliding heads with Scorpio Sky's shoulder with that dive. And now we see Scorpio Sky. Will he set up here?
Sky closing. Oh, what a knee! He's put a ton of people away. And chalk up another one for Sky. No.
Did he kick out? 2. Incredible. Incredible that Jeff Cobb would have the heart to be able to kick out.
What a shot. Sounded like a volcano erupting. And the big Polynesian might be eating only poi after that. He's going to have to stick to soft foods, Christian.
And it's the big fish versus the small fish, but will the Piranha be able to win? Will Scorpio Sky be able to pull out a victory here?
Yeah,
and
but with
Sky
Sky's wins, he's been a big fish here. Oh, the headbutt. Oh, look out here. Speaking of the islands, there it is, the tour of the islands via helicopter, and he got him.
Your winner of the match, Mr. Athletic, Jeff Cobb.
Shock here. Adulation from the great crowd. They saw an incredible contest, but what a victory by Cobb. Takes him down with the tour of the island.
And you can see it on the face of Jeff Cobb as he kneels in the center of the ring that this match took everything from him. Scorpio Sky took everything from him, and Jeff Cobb just inched out the victory with that beautiful maneuver.
The tour of the islands. Man, Sky. I thought Sky had it. That flying knee, he couldn't have hit it any more perfectly. How on earth Cobb kicked out? And the Hawaiian god of fire, Pele, had a little something left for Cobb because he brought some serious fire with the tour of the islands.
You can see now the look on Jeff Cobb's face as he as he ponders the well-being and the health of his opponent, Scorpio Sky. Really a great guy, Jeff Cobb. I mean, his fans are glad to see him win, and he gives the hang loose, that love sign from Hawaii over to his opponent, Scorpio Sky. A class act, Jeff Cobb is.
No question about it. He had to earn that one. And I guess you can truly say aloha, because it means hello and goodbye, and goodbye to Scorpio Sky, at least for this night. But hello and welcome back to the big time for Jeff Cobb.
Wow, and there isn't a single heavyweight in this division that wants to see Jeff Cobb. I know his record is sub 500, but a huge win over a contender in Scorpio Sky, and the entire heavyweight division has been put on notice. Jeff Cobb looks awesome.